Hi Glam Squad, it's Monique here today, coming back to you with a video. It's been a while, but I really wanted to do this video today. It's the Sephora VIB sale that's coming up. Usually it's a very exciting time. I know me and Cindy have enjoyed and partook of this wonderful time and spent money, but we got that 20% off. Of course, depending on your tier, you can get 20% off, as well as you can get the 15 if you're VIB, and if you're VIB Insider, it's 10%. Rouge, of course, is 20%. It all depends on how much money you've spent throughout the year to get those tiers. Anyways, so what I'm planning to get in today is some of my favorite products that Sephora sells. Grab a glass of wine or whatever beverage that you like to partake in. If it's in the morning, maybe some coffee or tea. But this is towards the evening, so I'm going to be having a glass of wine. And we're just going to go over some of my favorite products from Sephora. Hopefully you will enjoy. Have any questions, please let me know. I'm more than happy to suggest things, especially if you deal with oily skin or you, of course, my skin tone. Cindy also is a good resource as well. Of course, there's many YouTube people on your screen that you can look at, and of course look at a variety of them so you can see what is commonly suggested as a good thing or recommended, and then you'll a lot of times see a theme. I tend to stick with a lot of the same. You're going to see a lot of the same brands because I enjoy a lot of the same brands and a lot of the products that they offer. But again, you know, it's up to you if you want to spend the money, because some of the stuff is not cheap, even with the 20% off. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do, I'm going to go in order of how I put things on my face. So, and I have notes, because I think this is important. I have some notes that I think you will appreciate. First thing is sunblock. I use the Super Goop Play Sunblock. This is SPF 50. It's an everyday lotion, and especially for deep skin, it's pretty invisible, so it leaves no white cast or residue. So it's something that I quite enjoy using. Next, for primer, I like the Fenty mattifying primer. I got this during the sale. I've gotten a travel size and I use that up, and I really like that. So now I've purchased the big size of this, and this is one that I really enjoy. I feel like your makeup goes over it. It's very smooth and seamless. Also, the Lys Triple Fix, sorry if it's blinding packaging. It's the Triple Fix powder, and I really like this setting powder. I put this, I can't use this really under my eyes when I actually have done my makeup, but I actually use it for before I put on foundation. I press this in with a puff all over my skin, and then put my makeup on top of that. This helps because, again, I have oily skin, and I'm always looking for things that can mattify throughout the day, especially because we're wearing masks, and makeup that's not set well will rub off. So this is something that I've enjoyed using. This is usually, I think, only found online, though. I do not think you can find this in store. I don't believe you can. If you can, then I'm wrong. But I believe that the Lys brand is in online only so far. Okay, the next thing is foundation. So I'm going to tell you 5 of my favorite foundations so far from Sephora. So Fenty Beauty, their soft matte longwear foundation, one of my favorites. The color I wear is 430, but this is a favorite of mine. Really enjoy that one. The Charlotte Tilbury, I was looking kind of, oh yeah, the Charlotte Tilbury foundation. This one's a little golden on me, but I make it work with concealer and powder. But I really like the finish of this. It's very matte. If you don't like a thick full coverage foundation, you may not like this. I enjoy this quite a bit. This is in 13 neutral, so I like that. A new fave of mine is the Rare Beauty foundation. This one I do feel has some mixed reviews. When I looked at reviews when it first came out, there was people who liked it, some people who didn't. I am actually maybe of the minority who really, really love this foundation. I have it in 460W. In fact, my sister gave this to me. I never purchased this, but she did not like it. She said it was a little too oily. For me, I love it. It goes on seamless. It's not messy in the sense that you just, dab it on your face, because it has the doe foot applicator, which I like. And I really do like this foundation. Long wearing, long lasting, and I love the way it feels on the skin. And then my two favorite foundations, which I repurchased during the sale, because as you can see, I am very low, and this is on the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I repurchased this during the sale. It is, as you can see, I've used it up, and I love this one so much. Keeps me matte, a very good shade match for me, and I really enjoy it. The thing about this one is that I felt like I was only using it, because it's rather expensive, I was only using it during special occasions and times, and I kind of just wanted to get another one so I could use it a little more freely. As well as with the Nars foundation. In both foundations, I wear Bellum, which is medium deep 3.6. And this is the soft matte foundation, the Nars one. I love this one too. This is what I'm wearing on my skin today. And this is lovely, works really well. I enjoy it quite a bit. And again, I was going through it so fast that I got a backup of this as well, so that I can use them a little bit more freely and not, only wearing them on special occasions. I can wear them to work when I want to. Next, I would put on my face would be eyebrows. And I don't have a lot of eyebrow pencils that I enjoy. I do really like a definer, so I like the tip to have that angled or triangled tip. I don't really like the little tiny ones. I get bored very easily doing brows, and I just like to hurry up and do it. I'm sure that's why they're never great, but they're decent enough. They work. My favorite brow pencil is the Rare Beauty one. As you're going to see, I have a lot of Rare Beauty throughout my list, because I actually really like that brand quite a bit. And this one has of course, the tip that I like, as well as it has a brow gel, tinted brow gel, or brow, I guess brow gel would be it. So it's a brow gel that goes with it. And this is in soft black. It's called the Brow Harmony. I like a lot of the Benefit pencils. This one is called the Brow Styler. This actually has brow powder at the bottom here. So it has the tip, of course, that it's nice and thick. This lasts a long time. I will say this. This one is rather pricey for what it is, but it lasts a really, really long time. It's been many, many months that I've had this, and I don't think I'm almost halfway through with it. Whereas this one I love a lot, but this is something I only buy on occasion, because I did go through it really fast. It's pretty creamy, and I went through it kind of fast, and so I don't want to keep having to repurchase something. So I'll use drugstore products in the meantime, but during sales like this, I would pick this up. So these are my two favorite brow products. Back, I took a second to look at the footage, see what it looked like. I film off of my phone, so the quality, I don't know. And I have a ring light here. I turned it down a little bit. I think it was giving me weird coloring. I'm doing this at night, so if my foundation looks off, or I look funny or whatever, forgive me, please. Anyways, let me get back to the products that I was recommending. Next, after eyebrow pencils, I usually go into concealer, and so I wanted to share three. Two are ones I've used up, and one has been one that I just got recently from the Sephora sale. Okay, so this is the Hourglass Concealer in the shade Maple, and I really like this one. It's very creamy. I like the doe foot that it has. Makes applying it really nice. Very nice concealer. The next one that I love, The next one that I enjoy quite a bit is the Pat McGrath Concealer. You can see that it's pretty much gone. I'm just kind of scraping at it. And this is in the shade MD22. This is my favorite concealer. And I will say, go to her website before you, if you want to purchase this, go to Pat's website first to make sure it's not, she doesn't have a sale going on, because I got this for 30% off during her last, the sale right now that just, 1, 2, 3. The sale that just came, which was the, I think her fall sale. She may have a Black Friday one, I don't know. So look out for that before you purchase, just because this is a pricey concealer and it's great if you can get more than 20% off or whatever your tier is, and to get that 30% off no matter, you know, what. So that would be an awesome one to get from her site. But this is my favorite concealer of all time. I just, again, repurchased one. And I got this during the sale, which I really like, is the ABH, or the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer. This one is in the shade 19. And this is the Magic Touch Concealer. This is really nice. It has, the tone might be a little bit off, but the way I deal with things that are slightly off, I don't want to be taking things back to the store, keep looking for my match. So, you know, if it's a little bit off, then I use maybe a different tone powder, or, you know, that goes for foundation or anything else. You know, I'll use different things to kind of mask the mistake if it's in the wrong shade. But this is a beautiful concealer in the way that it goes on. People have said this could be a dupe for Shape Tape, which everyone loved. I liked as well. But this is a really nice concealer. But again, I've only used it once, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Look at other reviews of those who may have used it a little bit longer. But I personally think it was a good buy to have done. So next would be setting eye powder, or setting powder under eye. That's a better way to say it. Anyways, so the setting powder that let me take another sip here. The setting powder that I like, or I love, in fact, I have 1, 2, 3, 5. One is a pressed powder, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury powder. This is in 3 dark, and you're going to see how much I love it because I've used so much of it up. So this is really nice under the eye. It does darken the concealer. So when I'm using maybe a concealer that's too light, then I'll use this one. So because it does do that, and I've heard with others in other shades that it does the same thing. So that's something to consider, but it's a beautiful powder. In fact, it's called the Airbrush Flawless Finish, and that's exactly what it is. It's skin perfecting, and it says it's micro powder. It's really lovely. The next thing that I like quite a bit, in fact, I don't have it anymore because I've ran out, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder. This is the loose setting powder. This one's in Deep Peach, and love the setting powder. And if it wasn't for the fact that I have so many, I would have repurchased this. And when I get down lower, then I'm going to repurchase it again. But I didn't want to repurchase it because I have so many other powders, and I'm afraid if I repurchase this, then I won't use the other stuff. So anyways, that's a lovely one. It's dirty. The Fenty powder, I love quite a bit. This one is in Honey. A lot of people, my skin tone had suggested Banana. I got that, and I did not like that shade on me. Under the eyes, it was a little too light. So I really love the shade Honey. I feel like it's a really good match. And if you like, this does have somewhat of a fragrance, but I like it. Another one that has quite a bit of fragrance, but I also love, is the Huda Beauty powder. This is in Kunafa. And this is a really nice setting powder. This is for, you know, really for those who are really like baking, setting. It is a thicker powder. And, but I think when you're wearing something like full coverage and full coverage concealer, it looks really nice. So I actually truly enjoy this powder as well. I like setting powder in general. I think it can give such a good look. So I like that. As well as and this is kind of a newer one to me. This is the Laura Mercier. Everybody has considered this a holy grail. I had tried the translucent years ago. I got a little small travel size. I was not the biggest fan of this. and then they came out with the shade, I think they, maybe with Deep, and then recently they came out with the shade Honey, Translucent Honey. This is by far my favorite. This is what I'm wearing under my eyes today, and I quite love this setting powder. Really good. Again, these are all pricey setting powders though, so having a percentage off really helps. Now, I only have two powders for setting the whole face. I use mostly drugstore setting powders for the whole face, to be honest. So these are the only high-end ones that I have that are come from Sephora. And this is, I have the Fenty Powder, which is actually a soft matte powder foundation, but it's not, it doesn't cover enough for me, or I have to build it up so much that I don't care for it necessarily as a foundation, but I like it better as like a setting powder. In fact, I keep this in my purse. This is more almost of a touch-up powder for me. But it's nice when you're wearing a mask and, you know, foundation's moved or it's, you know, missing somewhere, and you're able to kind of just, you know, fill in the hole, so to speak, with this powder. So this is the 410. This is in shade 410, but I really like, actually, I'll show you the color. But I really quite like this powder. Okay, the next thing is the Dior powder. This is the Dior, what is it called? Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder, no powder. And it really is extremely lightweight. This is in the shade 6 Neutral. And yeah, I see a big dent I have in that. It's a good powder. It's, you know, it's pricey though. So, you know, if you really want to try a nice like luxury setting powder, it's nice. But it is rather pricey. And I have other setting powders that are drugstore that I like technically better. But again, if you want to have a like luxurious, you know, makeup day and have, you know, luxurious products, this is one that I would recommend. Next is the bronzers, and I only have 3 here, bronzers that I would recommend. First is the LYS bronzer. This is in the shade Strength Dark. And you can see that I've used quite a bit of this. This is a very good bronzer. I really like this. This, for me, reminds me of the one of the ones I'm going to show you that's much more expensive. So this is the LYS. I like the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mommy. This is a more redder toned bronzer, but I really like it. You can see I've used quite a bit of that. That's one thing I will say, because you use bigger brushes for bronzer, I feel like you go through them, at least I go through them pretty quick. Maybe others don't, but I do. I go through them kind of quickly. So I have the Big Mama bronzer here, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. One of the reasons I wanted it was just because the compact alone was so pretty, but it actually is a fabulous bronzer. You also can get refills. So once you use it up, you can still keep the compact and get a refill for it. And I really like this. I feel like the LYS gives me a similar, I don't know, maybe texture would be the word, at least to me. It feels that way. In fact, I feel like all 3 of these kind of remind me of each other, but this is rather pricey. So again, if you get a discount on it, it could make it easier to digest the price, I would say. So hopefully if you do get it, you like it. I did. Not everybody does, but I did like it actually quite a bit. Now let's go into highlighters. I have realized that most of the highlighters I like are either drugstore, or if they are high-end, they come from Ulta. So this is Sephora, of course, sale. So I realized a lot of my highlighters would not be applicable to this particular one, so I just picked 2. The first one is the LYS. I have realized, again, a theme. I have quite a bit of LYS products. I like them quite a bit. They're a black-owned, cleaned makeup line. So, of course, many of the things will work for me. And I don't know anything about the clean part of it. I don't know how great that part is. But the shades are really nice. The tones are really nice. And so I really like this highlighter. This is in the shade Genuine, which is a rose gold. It's the Aim High highlighter. It's very, very pretty. I will say some people have said it can show texture. So on me it doesn't. I don't think it does. It doesn't show any texture, but I guess on others maybe it does. But overall, I've only heard really good things about this highlighter. So very pretty, really nice, love it. Another one I like, I have to be somewhat careful with how I apply it. I'm somewhat careful with it because it can lift your foundation if you're not careful, but it's the Rare Beauty liquid highlighter. And this is in Flaunt and very beautiful, a really, really pretty highlighter. So maybe I'll give you a little, I haven't really swatched anything, so here you go. This is in that really pretty like champagne, but like champagne peachy gold. Actually, it's more just champagne, I guess. But when you turn it, it kind of has that maybe champagne look. Very pretty though. Like it quite a bit. So far that is, we're up to highlighters. Now let me set up and we're gonna get into blush. Okay, so now we're moving on to blushes. Powder blush and cream, and there's one that has both. So the first thing I want to speak about Hourglass blushes. I have two. One is an iridescent flash, which I got at a makeup show once, and I really like this. I don't know if it's still sold, but this is a beautiful color. Anything like that would be nice. As well as I have it in I have it in At Night. At Night. This is more of a little bit of a redder tone blush. Beautiful. Really nice on the skin. This is something I got earlier in the month, before the sale actually. But if you can get it during the sale, because I will say any of Pat's releases that she did for the holidays, none of those are going to be, at least for now, during the VIB 30% off, were not on sale. So I'm going to be talking about one other thing from her as well that was not on sale. But this trio, it's blush and 2 blushes and a highlighter. I'll show it here, and they were not on sale. And this is in the shade Love Struck, in Paradise Venus, and then Venus Nectar. All are very beautiful. This is going to be a nice little like travel palette, I think, because when I go away or anything, this will be nice to take with me. And this is really also good on top of cream blush. So because I'm oily, I set my cream blush. There's no way I'm gonna not. So for me, I like to use some of these cream blushes on top, and I will show you. Though I will say there is one that doesn't have to be set. I still set it at times, but it doesn't have to be set. I will show you that. The first one I have is LYS. Again, you can tell a theme of one products I really love. I think I have all the complexion products of LYS. The only one I do not have is the foundation. I did have it and I took it back. I did not like it. So if anyone asked me about the foundation, for me as an oily skin person, it did not work. It was showed too much texture and just broke apart on me. Anyways, this is the LYS blush in, I don't have my glasses on, so it's hard to see sometimes. Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush in Empower. Again, you can find this online. It's very, very pretty. I'll do a little swatch here. See, it's pretty berry. You're going to see a theme with cream blushes that I like. I either like pretty much like a berry color, or I'm going to like kind of a orangey blush, coral blush. So I have 2 things that I like pretty much when it comes to blush. Now I have my Rare Beauty blushes. This one is the cream one. Packaging is adorable. It's so cute. Looks like a little like macaroon. So adorable. Anyways, this is in, excuse me, Nearly Berry. Here's a swatch of that. This one you can tell is a little bit more sheer, but really nice. It's just a good swatch of that. Love that. Then I have the liquid blush they have in Love. This is their liquid blush. This is a little bit of an orangier color. But I find this, I quite like this. I know quite a few people like her blushes. Let me share that out. That pretty kind of burnty orange shade, which I love. And then I have one more. This is the Tower 28 blush in Power Hour. You can tell it's been used. And this is kind of an orangey coral blush as well. Really nice. So these are all my cream blushes. Now you're going to see the one that, excuse me. Now you're going to see the one that is being raved about right now, and that it's hard to get your hands on. I was in store to pick this one up, and this is, I hope it's not blinding you, this is the Patrick Taw Blushes, I should say. And I'm not going to swatch them, but these are beautiful. These are, of course, the cream blushes here. These are the powder. The way that he suggests doing it is by putting on the the powder first, then the cream on top, which is opposite of how I would normally do it. I did do it today, and it actually looks really pretty, gives a nice sheen. But this is a really nice blush palette if you can get your hands on it. Again, it is being in stock and out of stock online. And so I went going to store, and they had 2 more. And so I was able to snag one. So very happy about that. Quite enjoy that product. Of course, I should say I've only used it the one time, but that's what I have on my cheeks today. It's a little exaggerated, I think, because I just kind of refreshed before I got on camera, and I had the makeup on all day, but very nice blush. I quite enjoy it so far. Now let's go to eyeshadow palettes. Now, by far my favorite eyeshadow palettes are Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes. If I'm going to spend luxury amount type of money for an eyeshadow palette, it will be those. But her sale is so good. Again, I go back to her website. When she's doing her sale, is 30% off. 25 to 30, sometimes it's 25%, other times it's 30. It's such a good sale that I would wait before purchasing any, even during the Sephora sale, personally. If you can hold out, wait, because you're going to spend significantly less if you do the sale that she has. Okay, so now let's go on to the other things. There are other eyeshadow palettes that I love from Sephora, and I would pick up during the sale. 2 of them are the Huda Beauty palettes. I have the Rose Gold palette, or it's the remastered Rose Gold palette. Let me show you what that looks like. Quite stunning. Love this palette. And also the nude palette, which I did not think was going to work on my skin tone, but it actually works very well. Her shades deepen, which is what I appreciate. They're not, they might look a little light, but they actually deepen quite well. And I haven't purchased, I do have her Desert Dusk one. That one's not my favorite out of all the 3 that I have. So I didn't put that one on there because I feel like why put something on there that I don't like, so, or I think it's just okay. So so far I really like those 2. I have tried the retrograde one that she has, which I borrowed from Cindy once and was lovely. Enjoyed that. She has a nice naughty one or something like that. I didn't try that. And then she has the Rose Quartz one that just came out. If those are shades that you like, then that would be great. For me, her shadows are kind of looking a little similar, so I feel like I'm good on her shadows, but I do think they are worth picking up to have at least one of her palettes. They're rather pricey. It's nice if you can get a discount on them. So that's my thought. The other things that I purchased were the Natasha Denona palettes. I got the bronze and the retro. I have a few of her palettes besides those, but the one that I want to talk about that is on sale right now, even more than the discount, is the Love palette, which, because it's on sale and it's been on sale for a while, I'm wondering if she's getting rid of it. I hope not. I really do. It's one of my favorite palettes. I always get compliments anytime I've worn these eyeshadows. They're lovely. If you like a purpley pink palette, this is it. Purple, pink, and red, really. It's a gorgeous palette. Like, I really love it. I remember when this came out, there was mixed reviews. People were kind of iffy on it, so it made me not want it. But once I actually got it, and I got it on sale again, I think it was like $32 I got it for. It's wonderful. It's so good that I'm shocked that people didn't like it, but we all have our own preferences. We all have things we like and don't like, so I shouldn't be that shocked. You know, people have a right not to like it. But I personally recommend this palette. I think it's a wonderful palette, and for this price, and because it might be gone, I think it would be a palette worth getting. It's really good by far. And if you have not tried a Natasha Denona, I feel like I'm saying that weird. Am I saying that weird? Oh my gosh. Natasha Denona. My goodness, why can't I say this? Natasha Denona, if you've not tried her, or I'll just say indie palette. If you haven't tried the indie palettes, I would recommend. The only one that I think is somewhat subpar was her first midi palette, which was the Sunrise palette. I'm not a fan of that one at all. I have it because it's part of the collection I have, but it's not my favorite. This one I love quite a bit. And if you want a big one, which I did not take out and I should have, if you want a big palette and you want to spend a group of money but get a discount during this time, is the Metropolis palette. My favorite palette of all her palettes. But that is a very pricey palette. And, you know, you gotta be in the mood to want to spend that type of money. But it's a really nice palette. And my last one is Pat McGrath, which again, I said that this is one of the ones you can't get on her sale, at least at the time that I purchased, which was, you know, about 2 weeks ago or a week ago maybe. And it's the Celestial Odyssey palette. And guys, this is what I have in my eyes today. It does not disappoint. It is a beautiful palette. I would love to do a review on this palette, but this is just by far such a good palette. I'm only gonna swatch a couple shades. I'm gonna swatch the green here, and I'll swatch. She's got these little strings, which I'm going to cut off because I cut it off the last palette she had. I don't like those strings. I'll swatch this one and maybe some of the blue. I'll do that. So I'm going to do the green, this deep, like, tealish blue, and this really pretty, like, bronzy pink. Okay. So here. Here. Oh, this is such a beautiful shine. The feeling of it, it's just luxe. So pretty. It does not have her special Blitz Astral shades that she has in her big Mothership palettes, which are amazing. But these are just as good. You know, they're different in the way that they apply and swatch, but they are rich. They feel just beautiful. The shine is gorgeous. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and they are fun to play with. This is a palette that I highly recommend. It is $78. Take 20% off that if you get the 20% off. If not, it's 15 or the 10. It still would be worth getting. It is a good palette, and if you have not tried a Natasha, oops, wrong one. If you have not tried a Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette and you would like to dip your toes in it, this would be the one. This would be the one I think you should get, because I just don't think anybody would not like it. I just can't imagine anyone not liking this palette. It's beautiful. There might be people who don't. I'm not one of them. And so this is for me to recommend to you what I like, and I'm recommending this. I think it's just an amazing palette. Amazing. So those are the eyeshadow palettes that I would recommend. I know a lot of people really like the Patrick Taw palette. For me, it's a little too basic, so it's not something I want. But I know if you like neutral colors and you maybe not be into like colorful eyeshadow like that, then maybe that's something to look into, because I've heard nobody say anything bad about that palette. So it probably is a fabulous palette. Maybe one day I'll even break down and get it. But for now, these are the palettes I recommend. And again, do your research, because when you are investing in these high-priced eyeshadow palettes, you got to make sure it's something you like and you're going to enjoy and you're going to play around with and use. So I will be back in a second. Of course, I'm the one setting up. You'll see me in a second though. Bye. Okay guys, so we're down to the home stretch here. We have just a few more things that we're going to talk about. One of the things now is going to be mascara. So for me, the mascaras that I quite like, that I would recommend, is the first one is the Tarte Big Ego Mascara. I like this quite a bit. I love the Rare Beauty mascara. This is newer to me, but I really enjoy this one. An oldie but a goodie is the It Superhero mascara. Quite like this one as well. That's been a favorite for many, many years. But by far my absolute favorite one is the Pat McGrath Dark Star mascara. This is the most pricey one that out of the four. It is my absolute favorite. I would repurchase again. I forgot to do it during this time, so I probably will repurchase this during the sale. It's still going on. Or I'll wait to see if Pat, when I tried before, it was not on her site. It was not up to purchase, so I will have to look again. But definitely by far my favorite mascara. I did go out of order though, because I just realized I skipped something. So eyeliner, because before I do mascara, I do eyeliner. So for my top eyeliner, it's that does the wing and so forth, is my favorite is the Rare Beauty eyeliner. This is my second one of these. This is a felt tip pen. I know some people love felt, or they like the brush tip. I personally don't like those because I feel like they begin to fray over time. I actually really like this one. It's very easy to use. I have seen reviews where somebody said that this leaked on them and so forth. So, you know, I do give that caveat. Maybe it will, but this is my second one and I've had no problems with it and I quite like it. And it's very easy to control is what I like about it. So this is my favorite eyeliner. My favorite, okay, and I say this with the warning that I've only used it today. So I should not say favorite. That would be the wrong term. More so, I'm very impressed with this first impression, though I've worn it all day, is the Makeup by Mario eyeliner. This is in the shade Super Black. It's all called a Master Pigment Pro pencil. Very interesting. It has this little tiny like brush, I guess, to smudge the eyeliner. It's not something I'll probably be using, if ever. But the pencil is really, really nice. It comes with a sharpener as well. But so far, really good pencil. I have not tried many Makeup by Mario. Actually, this is the first Makeup by Mario thing I've tried, so I can't say many. I haven't tried any really, but this one. I like this. I would be curious to try some of his other products. I will say his aesthetic is not mine, in particular with all the white packaging. I get things dirty so easily. I'm surprised I can even keep any of the Rare Beauty stuff clean because it's so light as well. But, you know, I tend to get things dirty, especially white with my foundation and hands and all this stuff. So for me, his packaging does not really interest me, but I'm sure it's great. Okay, so now let me go on to lip liner. Now, I mostly use MAC lip liners and some drugstore lip liners. But I did pick up during the sale this Patrick Taw lip liner, and I will say I love it. This one I can confidently say is going to be a favorite and a keep. This is in the shade, what is the shade? She Must Be New. It is a click up one. So I've heard don't click it up too much because you can't pull it back down. So this is how I use it. But I love the tip. If you can see this, this tip is just fire. So cool. So the way you're able, it hugs the lip and is able to like just curve. The way it does is really, I shouldn't have done that with lipstick on. It's really, really nice. So this is expensive though. I will say that. Very pricey for what it is, a lip liner, but because it does click up, I feel it's comparable to a MAC lip liner, which is also rather pricey. So if you're comfortable paying for a MAC lip liner, you'll probably be comfortable paying for this. But I really like this. Lipstick. I only have one, and I will say I bought this during a sale when YSL was having their sale maybe a year ago. So I don't know if it would be worth it unless you, I mean, maybe better to go find the sale from YSL. But if you're really interested in trying a YSL lipstick, I recommend. This is the, what is this called? Rouge Per Couture. Said that probably horribly. And this is the number 205. And if it has another name, I don't know. I used to know it. I used to think I knew it, but maybe I don't. Anyways, this is a beautiful lipstick. Oh, let's show it. You see I've used quite a bit of it, and it's this beautiful color. This is what I'm wearing today. Of course, I lightened it with a different liquid lip and a lip gloss, so it's a little lightened, but it's a very nice lipstick. Really like that. For glosses, I have 3 here that I really enjoy. One that I think you can find in a like mini set, sets of minis. So, and actually, I'm missing something, and I'll just say it here. I really like Pat McGrath lipsticks as well. Of course, that's one. Again, look at the site. I feel like I'm a broken record. I apologize. I love Pat McGrath stuff. I really enjoy most of her products. Not all, but most. And so I'm super excited to say that she has a really good sale. So as much as I'm like talking about Sephora, you know, go to some of these websites that the brands have, their own brand, and see if they're having a sale, because you might get a better sale going there. So, you know, check it out. But I do really love the Pat McGrath lipstick. I love this Pat McGrath lip gloss. I would like more of these. I know they come in minis, so you might be able to get a nice like mini set. This one is in the shade Flesh Astral. This is a Lys lip gloss, and I'm going to swatch it. I'll put it here. You see that's very beautiful color. Really nice lip gloss. It's one that I slept on for a long time. I didn't think about her lip products being that great, but they are very nice. I have the Tower 28 lip gloss. People went crazy for these lip glosses. I have it in the shade Almond. I like them. I don't absolutely understand the full hype of them, but they're a nice lip gloss, and really looks nice over like liquid lips. So I recommend them. I do recommend them, but I only have the one, so I mean, I recommend this one. And then I did not get more of these, but I wish I had, and this is the Fenty Cream Gloss. Now, I think this is a beautiful gloss. This is in the shade Cookie Jar. This is in the shade Cookie Jar. I wish I got more of these. I did not. I kept meaning to, never did. Look at that shade. That's so, so pretty. So You can see a recurring theme that my glosses, I like them usually to be like a brownie color, brownie nude. I really like that, especially on top of things. But that lip gloss, this cookie jar one, beautiful. And her Fenty Glow, the original, those are really nice. I have one that's in my purse that I always have with me, and I've always had, like, since they've come out, those glosses in my purse. So I really like those as well. But I think for something to have even high impact and such a beautiful look is that cookie jar one. So pretty. So I recommend all three of these. They're really nice. Okay, the last thing I have, or nope, I have two more things. So I have the last makeup-y thing, and that's the setting spray. Okay. I've used many different setting sprays. I use a lot of drugstore products as well. A lot of people recommended that Ben Nye setting spray, which, you know, I did like, but the best setting spray, in my humble opinion, is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, or as my sister calls it Charlotte's, no, what does she call it? Charlotte Tilbury's. I forget. Anyways, my favorite setting spray of all time, again, is Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. It's called Party All Night, Stay All Day. It's fabulous. It's wonderful. It keeps your makeup in place, but what I love about it, it's not like hairspray, and it has a very fine mist. So often, the ones that keep your makeup in place, they work well, but they feel like hairspray. Or like the Ben Nye, doesn't necessarily feel like hairspray, but has a scent of like Listerine. So you feel like you're spraying like Listerine on your face, the smell of it. So this one has a very pleasant smell, keeps your makeup locked. There's a reason why this is being raved about, and it's worth the hype. I will say that. It is worth the hype. Love this setting spray quite a bit. Okay, so I'm down to a little bit of wine. And I'm down to my last two products. They are both fragrances. And I'm going to tell you fragrances that are my favorite, that I think are pretty highly recommended by the beauty community or those who like fragrance. The first one is in this beautiful, beautiful bottle. And it is the YSL Libre Intense perfume. I really love this. I haven't had this for that long, and you can see I'm down quite a bit. I think I've overused and abused this perfume. I will repurchase it again, especially probably when there's fragrance sales throughout the year. I will be repurchasing because this is a pricey perfume. At least for me, I don't spend lots of money on perfume. I tend to go for perfumes like the Ariana Grande perfumes, which I love quite a bit. I like the, I think it's the apple, the DKNY apple perfume in Fresh Blossom, which I got in Australia, which reminds me of that all the time. And so that's a favorite of mine. But these are all ones that you can find other places, and they're not too expensive. This is a pricey one, but I love it. The other perfume, which to me is somewhat pricey, this is my second bottle of it, and this is Gucci Bloom. This is also a favorite of mine. I love this one. Again, this is my second bottle. I've been through one of these already. I quite like this floral fragrance. Both are lovely. I enjoy them quite a bit. And so if you're going to purchase a fragrance, I would say go and smell it. You know, I don't do, what is it called? Blind buys for fragrance. I need to smell it and see how it, works with my body chemistry. But again, this is a really nice one. And if you're wanting to spend money on a fragrance and get a discount, these are the two that I would recommend. So guys, I'm done. I hope I have not overwhelmed you with all my recommendations. I know the recommendations are going around. I know obviously with my channel, or me and Cindy's channel being so small, that our glam squad consists mostly of friends and family. And so I want to be able to give you guys the opportunity to, if you don't look at other people's videos, to be able to at least look at ours so you can see some recommendations. If you come across this video, I hope you've enjoyed it and that you will subscribe and come back. We don't post nearly enough. We know we're working on it. It's hard to get a consistent schedule at times. We both work, but we definitely would like to do more videos and just show the hobby and art of makeup that we enjoy, and be able to share it with others and hopefully be helpful in the process. But anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you later, Glam Squad. Bye.